Whether it's being in the right place in the right time, having a multitude of things line up perfectly, or just a complete opposite, luck does exist. So, do you feel lucky?
Welcome to Waywut, your weekly verbal double take. This is a rabbit hole podcast where a couple of old guys do moderate to shallow dives into various topics, ranging from true crime, paranormal, sports, pop culture, or anything else that we find interesting. We drop episodes every Tuesday, and then on Fridays if we feel like it. You can follow us on Facebook, X, TikTok, and Instagram. We appreciate you joining us. Now that we got all this self-promotion stuff out of the way, here.
Yep, it's that time again for your weekly verbal double take. My name is Jason, and today I am the lucky son of a gun that gets to bring you another topic that made me say, wait, what? Joining me wondering, since there are horseshoes, are there any horse socks? Is Darrell.
There actually are horse socks.
Yeah, that's a great joke.
Not really. But the thing that used to baffle my mind is how do wild horses exist without horseshoes? Because I mean, we're like, what the hell? We always shoe our horses, and I actually looked it up because have you ever seen a domesticated horse that doesn't get horseshoes?
Yeah, their feet are all mangled.
Yeah, well, yeah, the hooves overgrow because hooves are basically like their nails,
toenails. Yeah.
So in the wild, they're not always on stable terrain. They walk over rocks and everything over there. So just wear and tear keeps it reasonable for them. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. I mean, watching horses get shod is pretty cool. Or shoed. I don't know which is. I think it's shod.
I don't know. It reminds me of that part on Kingpin when he was asked to reshoe Buttercup, the big ass horse.
Cuts off the whole feet.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you keep the new shoes?
Yeah. He was not very. He didn't understand country life all that well.
No, and he milked a bull.
Yeah.
I brush my teeth.
He had his milk mustache.
Yeah.
We don't have a cow. We have a bull, though.
That's a top 5 comedy.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
All right. Well, throughout our friendship, Darrell and I have done many things together. There are plenty of stories. Some have been told during this very show. Some will never see the light of day. Some stories are funny. Some stories are funnier. Some stories are sad. Then there are other stories that I can't even defend what we were even doing. We have done some stupid ass shit. One could say we were lucky.
Yeah, like I agree with that.
Yeah, we got lucky several times.
Yeah.
Like I said, we have done many things together. One of my favorite things we do is gamble. We have traveled to Las Vegas and Laughlin, Nevada. We have traveled to New Orleans and Shreveport, Louisiana, and Oklahoma, which has several casinos on many occasions. We play slots, roulette, and our favorite is craps. We have even played a couple of Texas Hold'em tournaments.
Yeah.
We play slots, roulette.
Kind of halfway trying to think if I want to get back into poker or not.
It's getting big again. They're having poker houses all show up everywhere.
Well, I mean, the Choctaw poker room sucks. I mean, there's hardly anybody there, but WinStar has a pretty consistent crowd. The only thing that ever kept me from it, I never really cared about the popularity. My thing was cards went so dry on me for so long. I mean, and I get it. You're going to have days where your luck's higher and lower, and you still make things happen. Believe me, I used to play poker about 4 times a week for about a year and a half. But I mean, like, if you go in there and everything you get is Jack 4, 7, deuce, 3, 9 all day, it wears on you. So it's about time for me to sit down and see what kind of hands I can catch nowadays.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you brought that up. That's a pretty good segue on what I'm about to talk about. Now, with these games I just mentioned, only one requires some skills, Texas Hold'em. With that said, it doesn't matter how experienced you are or how many skills you think you possess. You have to catch cards.
Aces full.
You have to get good bounces with the dice or with the ball on the roulette wheel, and you have to catch a hot machine. In other words, you need some luck. The very definition of luck is just that, the success or failure apparently brought by chance rather than through one's own actions. Or in the case of gambling, chance-based luck. Luck that involves outcomes that are not controlled by skill, effort, or planning. Just like you were alluding to, you need to catch cards. You weren't catching any cards. It doesn't matter how good of a poker player you are, you still need to catch some sort of cards.
Yeah, because you can try to bluff, but somebody's going to have a strong you can bluff pretty hard, but like it seems like any of the times I would try to start to get a little bit like antsier, I would try to force a play in and bluff.
Mm-hmm.
I would run into something where they'd have the nuts, where they knew there's no way I was going to be able to beat them, and it's just like, son of a bitch.
I know before the cards are even turned over.
Yeah, there's only so many times you
bet
can bluff.
out there. Yeah, or throw a big bet out there, hoping that everybody else will fold, especially if I've been quiet the whole time. And they see a big bet for me, and they'll be like, "Oh, he's holding something good." No, they were just like, all of a sudden, it just seemed like everybody had aces and kings, and I'm just like, "What the fuck?"
Yep, and it doesn't matter how carefully we watch the dice and try to press the button at the perfect time, or swiping or beating on the slot machine screen, or switching hands to hit the spin button, or sitting on a slot machine and going through way too much money.
I've learned from my dad, because when we went on the Alaskan cruise, you got the people that like put their hands all over, the screen waving at it. My dad, he was making fun of it, reached down, he scratched his balls on top of his pants and then went like that. And then I thought it was funny. I laughed my ass off. And then I want to say it was about a couple months ago. Denise and I were at the casino, and I started and doing that. And then I hit jackpots, and I'm like,
oh.
I kept doing it even more. Don't fail me now, balls.
Respect the streak. Well, you and I both have been guilty of this, where you sit down on a machine, you go through way too much money knowing you should get up, but you tell yourself, it owes me. But if only for you to piss you off, as the machine don't owe you shit. Nope. You leave the machine after snatching your player's card in disgust, and they see someone else sit down on that machine and hit the bonus after only spending $5.
Yeah.
And that's I have to walk away. I can't see somebody else get on the machine. I just was on for 30 minutes, gone through $100 or whatever, trying to get that bonus, and then see somebody sit down and then instantly hit it 2 spins later.
So the last time we went to Laughlin, when we were at Riverside, I ordered a drink while I was sitting at that stupid Monopoly train slot, which usually, because it's got a shitty bonus that hits pretty frequently. I couldn't even get the shitty bonus to trigger, and it ate my money. And I put more in there than I planned on putting in there, because I was waiting on that fucking bitch to bring me my fucking drink.
Yeah.
And then I used it all up that I was willing to use, and then I got up, and I'm standing next to the machine waiting for my damn drink, and this little old lady comes by, and she's like, "Oh, you done?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she sat down, and she hit, and I cheered her on though the whole time. I cheered her on. She started telling me about other jackpots that she'd hit recently, and she was a local, and she obviously went there a ton. So yeah, it sucks, but I try to stay positive, because I don't want the bad karma to come around and put its finger in my butthole because I give somebody stink eye for getting the jackpot that I was chasing.
Yeah. Well, the thing I just went over is what's perceived influence on luck, is what is known as perceived influence on luck. Many people believe luck is influenced by superstitions or lucky charms, or in your dad's case, itching his balls and then rubbing it on a machine.
He didn't really rub it on the machine. He did it, and then just same thing I did. Wave your hands in front of it. So the essence of balls.
The essence of balls.
Yes.
Some of the more known examples, of course, is the 4-leaf clover, which is from the Ireland and Western cultures. It's lucky because each leaf represents hope, faith, love, and luck. And what makes it special is only 1 in 5,000 clovers have actually 4 leaves. Most of them just have 3. How many times did you spend on the playground looking for 4-leaf clovers?
I did at my granny's because they had a bunch of clover patches, and me and Marcus found a few of them over the years.
Pretty cool though. I never found one out in the open.
If I knew that it stood for something so gay, if I knew it was like the live, laugh, and love of Superstitions, I wouldn't have done it. But now that it's like hope and faith and reach arounds, no, I don't care.
Another popular one is what we alluded to earlier was Horseshoe. That's originated here in North America and Europe. It's lucky because iron was believed to ward off evil spirits. And there's two ways you can hang a horseshoe above your door of your house. You can hang it upward to catch luck, or you can hang it downward to pour luck over your home. I never heard of the second part before.
Now, I've always heard you hold it, you do it up. But yeah, I mean, it's cool and all, I guess. I've always liked the whole horseshoe thing, but it would not work well with my aesthetic. So I've never participated. I need you to do me a favor. Since if I'd have known you were researching something like this, I'd been like, will you find out why people keep putting those metal stars outside their house? Is that a lucky thing too? Or is it some sort of symbol that whenever like some religious thing happens or a terrorist invasion, they'll know who's on the right side? Or whenever the lizard people revolt, all the houses with the metal stars on the outside, the lizard people are like, oh, they're one of us.
No, I think those are just decorative stars. I know exactly what you're talking about. Those big things they put above their garages.
Yeah, it's weird. I think it's a cult.
It could be. Or it could be swingers. Kind of like the whole flamingo and pineapple thing.
Yeah, maybe. Not the horseshoe thing. I mean, the horseshoe thing, maybe single guys hang that up and you'll get lucky. But,
my in-laws have this above their back door. My in-laws have this above their back door, the horseshoe.
They have theirs up?
They have it up. Because I always heard if you put it down, that's where you pour all the luck out.
I don't buy into pour all the luck out. I think that is some misinformation put out there by Big Rabbit's Foot and Big Clover.
Big Clover.
Putting that misinformation out there to make people think that they have bad luck with horseshoes. Up is the only way.
Yeah. This is putting an optimistic spin on it, something that's bad. Another one I haven't heard of, is the red string bracelet that originated in China and East Asia. It's lucky because it wards off evil, attracts prosperity and love, and it's often blessed by monks and worn for spiritual protection.
Well, if anybody watches this, you probably used to see that I had a string bracelet on my wrist forever. It finally fell off. I picked it up in I think 2020 or maybe 2019, and it just finally came off. Mine wasn't red though, but I'd got mine at a Buddhist temple in Thailand. From a Buddhist monk. And there you go. I really, I almost want to go back to Thailand just for that, but my wife would have to have free time because I'm not allowed to go to Thailand by myself anymore.
Naughty. Ladybugs. Ladybugs are seen as good luck because they bring protection and prosperity. They originated because farmers saw them as a blessing for their crops. The one you just mentioned is a rabbit's foot. Why it's lucky? Because it's a symbol of fertility and good fortune. And it's often carried as a charm for luck and love and money.
I'm glad I never carried one as a teenager or adult. Always carried
Everybody
one
having
around.
a rabbit foot though at one time.
Yeah, I used to get them at Chuck E. Cheese for tickets. It was really easy to get them back then, but I'm glad I never had one as an adult, with the whole fertility thing. It's like, yay! It's like, why do condoms never seem to work? Get rid of your rabbit's foot, asshole!
I am pregnant and it's all your fault!
Now, do you think those rabbit's foot were real at Chuck E. Cheese, or do you think they were?
No, they're fake. I think it was just some either faux fur or fur just put around something foot shaped. I always had a hard time believing it as a rabbit's foot is lucky because if you have to dismember something for luck, there was obviously a lot of bad luck for the thing that was dismembered. So
Very true. Very true.
I can't see luck being born from chopping something off of something.
I would agree with that. The last one here is an acorn. I never knew acorn was associated with luck, but it is seen as a symbol of potential, strength, and longevity, and is carried for protection and prosperity. I guess that's why you see it a lot on people's, like if you watch an old English medieval times, they have it on their shield or on their chest plate.
That's weird. Considering that, I've stomped all over and through those and everything else.
Yeah, shot them with a lawnmower.
Yeah, I've always thought they were more of a pain in the ass than anything.
Now, the thing about Lucky Charms is they could be anything you think brings you luck. It may
Like
be
an essence of balls.
An essence of balls. It could be a stupid keychain. It could be a jock strap you don't wash for 6 weeks because you think it's bringing you luck in a certain game.
It's bringing you fungus.
It brings you something. But if you have any Lucky Charms, let us know. As the saying goes, if it wasn't for bad luck, I would not have any luck at all. When people have favorable outcomes, well, that is good luck, and unfavorable will be bad luck. And I found some pretty awesome examples of people having the best luck you could possibly imagine.
All right.
The first one, her name is Vesna Vulović. She survived a 33,000-foot fall from a plane explosion in 1972, becoming the sole survivor and holding the Guinness World Record for the highest fall without a parachute. Here are some of the details. Or go ahead.
Oh, no, I've heard this story before. Go for it.
Okay. Well, here are the details. It happened in January 26, 1972, when she was flying from Stockholm, Sweden to Belgrade. A suspected briefcase bomb detonated in the luggage compartment over Czechoslovakia, now known as the Czech Republic, tearing the plane into 3 pieces. Vesna, a 23-year-old at the time, was trapped in the tail section of the aircraft. The tail landed in a snow-covered forest, which cushioned the impact. Vesna suffered a fractured skull, 2 broken legs, 3 broken vertebrae, a fractured pelvis, and temporary paralysis below the waist. She spent 10 days in a coma and months in recovery, eventually walking again with a limp. The question is, how did she survive such a fall? Well, several things had to fall into place for her in order for her to survive. 1, her low blood pressure caused her to pass out quickly, preventing her heart from bursting due to sudden decompression. 2, she was pinned by a food cart in the fuselage, helping keep her inside the aircraft. And 3, the angle of the impact from her falling in the tailpiece, landing on the snow and the trees, all absorbed much of the force. So she was truly lucky.
Yeah, no, I've heard about that one before, and it's like, yeah, it's got to be funny, Like, could you imagine telling people it's like you got like broken back, cracked skull, you got like shit all over you and everything, and they'd be like, "Oh my god, you've really been through it." You're like, "Oh, I'm so lucky."
Yeah,
it's true.
Once they hear what happened to her,
yeah. Once you actually hear it, but it's like. Just imagine somebody just all beat to shit, swollen or bruised up. I am the luckiest person you would ever meet. Let's go buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah. Well, the next guy, he's seen as a lucky guy, but you could also say he's a very unlucky guy. Roy Sullivan. Roy Cleveland Sullivan was a U.S. park ranger in Shenandoah National Park, Virginia, famously known as the human lightning conductor, or the human lightning rod, due to surviving 7 confirmed lightning strikes between the years of 1942 and 1977, a feat actually recognized by the Guinness World Records. And here I have a list of his 7 documented strikes.
Let's hear him.
In 1942, while hiding in a fire lookout tower without a lightning rod, Sullivan was struck after fleeing the burning structure. He suffered burns along his leg and foot. In 1969, He was struck inside his truck when lightning deflected through the open window. He lost consciousness, his hair caught fire, and the truck nearly rolled off a cliff. Just 1 year later, it hit in his front yard. He was hit in his front yard after lightning jumped from a nearby transformer to his shoulder. 2 years later, he was struck again inside a ranger station. His hair caught fire again. One more year later, while patrolling, he saw a storm cloud and tried to outrun it. Lightning struck him after he exited his vehicle. I'm telling you.
Sorry, all I can think of is that movie The Day After Tomorrow when they're all running from global warming.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, and it's all like freezing behind them. I can just picture this poor guy, it's like a storm cloud behind them. He's,
After this point, when he sees a storm coming, he has to outrun it. He's going to get struck by lightning.
Yeah.
1976, struck while walking in the park. Once again, his hair got burned and he injured his ankle. In 1977, hit while fishing. He suffered burns to his chest and stomach. He got hit so many times, Sullivan started to believe he was cursed or targeted by lightning.
He pissed Zeus off. He fucked Hera.
There he is again. There he is.
He fucked my wife, and turns out his ex-girlfriend was like Hera or Aphrodite or something. That motherfucker.
Oh, man. Well, he believed he was cursed so much he started developing rituals to avoid storms. His story remains one of the most bizarre and statistically improbable survival tales in history.
What was
Basically
his name?
won the lottery 7 times.
Yeah. What was his name again?
Rory Sullivan.
All right. Let's see if I'm kind of curious. So there's a thing that happens with lightning strike victims. It's called the Lichtenberg figures. It's this strange scarring that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he had it. It's these weird, like, it looks almost like a tree branch sort of thing. And yeah, his back is covered in Lichtenberg figures.
Wow. Well, I have to post some pictures to that one. The next person is Frane Selak, Selak, a Croatian music teacher born in 1929, is famously known as the world's luckiest unlucky man for surviving 7 near-death experiences and later winning the lottery. Here is a timeline of his unbelievable brushes with death. In 1962, he was in a train crash. A train derailed and plunged into a river. 17 passengers died, but Selak escaped with a broken arm and hypothermia. A year later, he was in a plane explosion. During his first flight, a door malfunctioned midair, ejecting him. He landed in a haystack while 19 others died in a crash. I do have to put, there's no official record of this crash, so this may or may not be true on this one, but it is documented
I was going
here.
to say, I've actually researched this guy before, and so I was going to burst your bubble on this one.
Oh, yeah.
So
that one, the 1966 bus accident, a bus skidded off the road into a river. 4 passengers drowned. The Selak swam to safety. In 1970, he was in a car fire. His car caught fire while driving. He escaped moments before it exploded. 1973, another car fire. A fuel pump malfunction sprayed gasoline in the car. When I say malfunction, that must be some major malfunction for it to spray gasoline into your car, igniting flames. Yeah, I don't understand how that even happens. Anyway, he was good for a long time. 20 years went by. 1995, he was hit by a bus. He was struck while walking in Zagreb, sustaining minor injuries. And in 1966, it was in a cliff crash. Swerving to avoid a UN truck, his car went off a cliff. He was ejected from the vehicle, grabbed a tree branch, and watched his car fall 300 feet below. Crazy. But all his luck changed in 2003 when he won the equivalent of $1 million in the Croatian lottery.
All right. I researched this guy a while back. Almost all of those claims from him cannot be accounted for. Almost every single one of them. I think there were like a couple that are like, okay, yeah, there is something that somebody else, but everything else is just, trust me, bro.
Would I lie?
So, I mean, he had reasons to do that, to make those claims.
I did it for the right reasons.
If I remember right, he ended up doing like a bunch of talk shows and bullshit like that with these claims. So, yeah, from what I understand, I'm not going to say with 100% certainty he was full of shit. I'm going to say it with about 79 to 83% certainty that he was full of shit.
Well, now that you have brought this to my attention, I do realize in lots of his stories here, he was the only one that survived. So there's really nobody that could go back and say, no, I was there. That didn't happen that way.
Yeah. I mean, could you imagine he probably had like a burnt leaf fall on his car and he's like running from it in slow motion and jumping from the explosion. He's like, I almost died.
Yeah. It was a little ember turned into a whole car fire.
I got hit by a bus. And it's like, how'd that happen? Well, you know how whenever they stop and they go into gear, it rolls back a little bit? Well, it bumped me in my hip. Anyway. Actually, I think him getting hit by a bus was actually one of the things that was documented, I think. But for the most part, there was nothing really corroborating most of his stories.
Yeah. Well, his story, what I just told, has actually been featured in Ripley's Believe It or Not. So, believe it or don't.
Ripley's Believe It or Not is the National Enquirer of museums. I mean,
that's what I mean.
I enjoy going there, but I mean, seriously, I mean, I go there always kind of wondering if I'm going to see Bat Boy or Elvis or, the man with 3 buttholes, whatever the case may be.
Ooh, 3 buttholes.
Yeah.
Is there really a person with 3 buttholes?
Probably. I don't know. I mean, England was just trying to make it legal not that long ago for first cousins to marry. So if we don't have somebody with 3 buttholes yet, give it a few generations.
Oh, yeah.
Give me something to look forward to.
Since I mentioned some of the luckiest people, or what perceived luckiest people in the world, how about some of the unluckiest people in the world? These individuals face bizarre misfortunes or missed out on life-changing opportunities. I have a few of them here. I'm not in as much detail as I went into with the lucky people. The first one is Costas Mitsotakis. The only person in a Spanish village who didn't buy a ticket for a $950 million lottery that was all shared by all his neighbors. Only person who didn't do it.
His name sounds Greek. So I was kind of shocked to hear in Spain, but no, that's hilarious. I mean, it sucks to suck, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's like that person in your office pool who doesn't buy the lottery ticket and everybody else wins it, and they're the only ones showing up to work on Monday.
I was gonna say that I've been in some of those office pools, and we never won ever.
Another one, Henry Gunther, the last American soldier killed in World War I. I don't know how they can verify this, but they say he was killed just 1 minute before the armistice took effect.
Yeah, it seems like it would be a hard thing to peg down. Hey, they signed it. What? No. I mean, I figure if anything, is it labeled a combat death? Because, I mean, it could have been an accident. Oh, it is a combat death.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I guess somebody somewhere. I mean, if anything, I'm sure it's whatever they wrote as the time of death on their death certificate, and they're basing it on that.
That could be it.
It could. I mean, he could have been dead for a whole 2 minutes before armistice.
Yeah.
You never know.
Never know. Kyung Yong. I think I got that one pretty good. A Korean soldier who was forced to fight for 3 different armies during World War II and was captured each time when he was fighting for the Japanese, Soviet, or the German, he was captured all 3 times.
Yeah, all 3 of those were armies that would make you fight for them. Especially, I mean, that happened to poor Koreans quite a bit. So,
yeah. Ronald Wayne, you may have heard of him, was a co-founder of Apple who sold his 10% stake for $800. Today, that stake would be worth over $200 billion.
I mean, so I have a what's that shit called? A crypto. I have a crypto wallet that I lost the password for. I cannot find it. I cannot reset it. It is gone. And every now and then, I mean, I look at some of the stuff and I'm like, oh, thank God, everything I had any money in tanked. Just thank God. Because I mean, if it turned out that I threw away a fortune, I'd lose my mind. But yeah, it just I lost. I had the password stuff written down, and it did not survive the move. And I thought I had like a digital backup, but I did not.
Oh no! Why can't you get the password reset?
It's not that. I mean, because that's not how crypto works. Especially once you put it into a wallet. If I hadn't have put it into a digital wallet, it would have just been a matter of just signing into the investment company that I purchased it through.
Mm-hmm.
But I put it in a digital wallet, and that was a mistake.
Oh no!
It was like, hey, do this, and you get like, you would get some free crypto with it, and I did that, and I regret it. All the regrets.
Yeah, well, I hope you found the password one day, and I hope it's sitting there just getting bigger as we speak, balance-wise. I'm going to bring up this next one. I should have done a better job on researching this one, but here's the claim. Henry Zieglin, Ziegland, Zieglin, survived a bullet meant for him, only to be killed 20 years later when the same bullet was dislodged from a tree when it was blown up by dynamite.
I mean, I doubt it. It's a great story, but yeah, it's unlikely. I mean, I mean, there are weird things that happen in the world. I mean, so it could be true.
Could be true.
I mean, it's so funny because this whole time that you've been doing this episode, all I could think of is that Martin Short movie, Pure Luck. Did you ever see that?
Mm-mm.
All right, so
I don't recall it.
It's Martin Short and Danny Glover. They made it in the early 90s. And Danny Glover is like a detective that's hired to go retrieve this lost woman out of somewhere in South America or Central America. And they have him partner up with Martin Short because this woman is incredibly unlucky and bad things always seem to happen around her. And they think if they put somebody like that with Danny Glover, it'll help them stumble into the right direction of her path and finding her. Mm-hmm. And Martin Short plays this incredibly unlucky guy. And it always makes me laugh because there's like, he's been struck by lightning 7 times. And they're like, okay, that's pretty bad, but it's not possible. And they're like, once while in a movie theater.
Well,
I mean, it's a funny movie. He does a really, really good job at it. He's a little OCD, which is funny. And of course, he's paranoid as hell because bad things happen to him all the time. And at one point, he gets stung by a bee, and he's like, I'm deathly allergic to bees. And then they're like, oh, I'm fine. And then it shows him later, and the guy looks back, talk to him, and he's like, his whole body's swollen up. He's in like a giant fat suit. And he's like, do you feel okay? Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
Mexico is such a land of contrasts.
Pretty good.
And the last one is, once again, another good segue about getting struck by lightning inside a building, as Ann Hodges is the only person in history to be struck by a meteorite while inside her home.
Really? I'm surprised she'd be the only one, but did she survive?
She survived.
Okay. Just sometimes you don't. Just figured I'd ask.
It's still weird though.
I mean,
something could just come through your roof and hit you.
I thought you were going to talk about like being struck by lightning inside, because I used to always laugh at people saying, "Hey, don't take a shower while there's a thunderstorm because you could, get shot." You can. So I saw something not that long ago where like a lightning, it struck a fence post outside of somebody's house, and it was able to I forget how it made the hop, but it made the hop towards the house where it ended up traveling. It might have went to the faucet or something like that, but it ended up traveling through their plumbing, and it like fried like half their house.
Wow.
But
So
yeah, if somebody been taking a shower, they'd had a lightning bolt go right up their butt.
Oh, that'd been terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Well, where there's being in the right place in the right time, having a multitude of things line up perfectly, or just a complete opposite, luck does exist. So, do you feel lucky?
I do. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Which,
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that, because there was a long period in my life where I want to say it was like 8 or 9 years straight where I felt like the unluckiest person on the planet. Could not win at cards, could not win at dog races, could not win at craps, could not win at roulette, could not win at I cooled a table once. I cooled a roulette wheel. Everybody was sitting there having a great time and they were winning. And then I sat down and I started betting, and then it came up zeros, and then something else, and then zeros, and I lost $100, and in a matter of like 7 or 8 minutes, which is usually hard to do on roulette.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody who was laughing and having fun was just dead quiet. And
Who the fuck is this guy?
As I walked away without my chips, with 0 chips, because I suck, I heard this woman whisper behind me, "Did you see that?" I cooled a roulette wheel. So I am grateful now that every now and then I will have lucky days and unlucky days, and I'll have some really bad unlucky days sometimes. It sucks, and it makes the casino not fun at all whenever you just everything just lose, and you never even get like a glimmer of hope. It sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, being somebody that ruined gambling for a table of strangers, and I feel okay. Like I feel like a normal person now, instead of just a black cat upside down horseshoe and whatever other broken mirror of a person. So.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that's pretty funny though. Actually, thinking about it, just watching you walk away. Everybody's like, "God, get that guy out of here! Fuck that guy!"
I was on a cruise.
You still had to see him. Oh, even worse. Yeah. You sit down to eat dinner with them. They all get up and move to another table.
Fortunately, they weren't any people that were at my table, so it was good.
They don't open the door for you. They don't do anything. That's funny. Well, that will do it. Make sure y'all check back with us next week, unless Darrell has been put in jail for flipping over the craps table. And until then, we'll see y'all later.
I would not do that. I do not get
too
physically violent.
They're too heavy.
No, I get verbally abusive, but only to you. That's it. Only you. Man. You're the only one. I mean, it's kind of funny. I do the same thing to you, and it's a bad habit. It's the same thing I used to do to my little sister, and she doesn't listen to this, which she should. But since she doesn't,
her loss.
I'll tell the story. But I used to get so irritated. I'd be sitting there like playing like Street Fighter or whatever in my room, and you know what it's like. You play video games, you get pissed off, especially when you're 12 years old, whatever. And my sister would come in my room. And I'm like, "What are you doing here? Get out of my room." And she's like, "I want to watch you play." I'm like, "Get out of my room." And so then she'd play, and then I'd start losing, and I would blame it on her. "Get the fuck out. See what you did? You did this." I'm the one pushing the buttons. "You did this." So you're not alone, Jason. I'm verbally abusive to, I only verbally abuse people that I consider siblings.
There you go. I guess that makes it better.
Yeah, but he said he loves me. Anyway.
Oh, good times.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I guess.
we'll see y'all later.
Yeah. Stay lucky.
Yeah.
Bye.
Later.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Waywut. This show's available on YouTube, Good Pods, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and pretty much anywhere you listen to podcasts. We love to hear from you. Please comment on what you just listened to, pass along episode ideas, or just talk to us at Waywut Podcast in our Facebook group or on TikTok, Instagram, or X. Again, we really appreciate you joining us. Come back again to hear about some stuff that will make you say, "Wait, what?"